Hello, everybody. Happy Thursday. I love you. And I'm sending all of you a big virtual hug wherever you are on the earth plane. So I thought it was only fitting that I come back on and address what we all saw happen yesterday with my post. First, I want you all to know that whether you agreed with or didn't agree, liked, didn't like, got angry, got happy, I love every single one of you. I respect and honor every single human's human journey. And what we are going through right now is not easy. It's not easy. And so I don't take it personally the way in which people responded to this. And there are two things that I want to share. One, the reason my guides told me to do this video yesterday, and if you haven't watched it, maybe you want to watch it, maybe you don't. They said to me, the reason we are asking you to do this, and verbatim they said, to step out of the divide that is perpetuating the consciousnesses that you are all alchemizing. And what they meant by that was to begin to unify, regardless of our opinions and our beliefs about things. So this divide and polarity is creating more anger and rage. Go look at the comments, right? Go look at the comments on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. It's the collective's frequency right now. It's this massive divide, which is what is so beautiful about why this video is being shown to us right now. So that all of us, not just me, we all can look at how we responded, how the collective is responding right now, and the triggers and the reactions, because it is showing a massive divide. And this divide is what you and I are alchemizing or shifting, regardless of our opinions or our truths. You can still shift consciousness, having a different opinion than someone else, based on how you are, how you be in higher states of consciousness, how you respond from a higher state of consciousness. You do not have to agree with me or the person next to you or anyone else, because we do still live in duality, but we are trying to break that divide to create a unified field. And the only way to create a unified field in the beginning is to be able to love all humans' experiences and opinions and truths, even if it's not yours. To be able to be triggered by something and say, let me stop for a moment. Let me breathe. Let me remember that this is consciousness. That's whatever is coming up is consciousness. And the knee-jerk reaction of this consciousness is to get angry at Lori, to tell her she's wrong, that she's lost her mind, that I'm never going to follow her again, right? That knee-jerk reaction. And then you settle deeper into that and you realize this is consciousness and this is dense consciousness and there's nothing wrong with me feeling this. But can I respond to the collective in a different way, with a more open heart, with more empathy? I'm not saying this is easy, because it's not. What we are going through is not easy. But this is a massive lesson for all of us. Because whether you agreed or not, you are a way shower. You are here to show the way into higher states of consciousness. And if we, in this amazing community of way showers, are going to find ourselves in this battle, right, of beating each other up and getting angry at each other and yelling at each other, right? I've got to be right. No, I'm right. Then we're perpetuating that which we're trying to clear. Nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with your response of getting upset with me and yelling at me. I'm okay with it because I understand. But is it possible to see this from a bigger perspective right now? Is it possible for all of us to step back for a moment and say, holy shit, I don't agree with anything she said. But how did I respond? How did I respond? Because the first step and breaking out of a divide and breaking polarity into a unified field, meaning that we start to come together in all of our opinions, is to be able to respond with an open heart, with an open mind, with empathy, with compassion. I may not agree with what you said, but I admire you, I respect you, I honor you. Because if you watched the video, not once did I say, this is truth. You must believe this. This is the only way. If you don't believe this, you're wrong. And I never said any of that. Quite the opposite. Very neutral. So if you didn't look at the comments, I encourage you to go look for a moment. Feel the energy of the comments in the Facebook or the Instagram. That's the collective energy that we're clearing. And it came up for a beautiful reason in this community. For us to be able to say, holy shit, look at what we're clearing. Look at how we are. And not get upset, but to learn. Because it's only going to get crazier out there right now. And we've got to be able to stand in this arena with an open heart as much as we can, regardless of our opinions and beliefs. Can we love the person next to us that doesn't believe what we believe? 2 days ago, you may have said yes. Yesterday, you may have said no. Many people were very angry with me. And again, I get it. But can we move through this together, learning? Is it possible to see the bigger picture in this? Because although my guides wanted me to get this message out about Trump, whether you believe it or not, it was deeper than that. It was to step out of the divide that is perpetuating the consciousnesses that we are here to alchemize. And you're here to alchemize it. So thank you for listening, and thank you for being here. Thank you for making a comment if you did, however that comment was. I love you and I appreciate you. And the second piece was the word lightworker. There were a lot of triggers from that word. Lightworker is just semantics. It's a word that we can pull out and use. But a light worker is somebody that has volunteered to drop into a human form for the sole purpose of shifting the collective or the planet. And it doesn't mean that they are an amazing person. It doesn't mean that they don't have massive personality traits that are messed up, right? It doesn't mean that they're not narcissistic. Okay, so a light worker doesn't mean they're an angel. It doesn't mean that they're perfect. Many of us are light workers, way showers, and starseeds, and we've done some messed up things. Right? Because we have free will. We have the ability to do whatever we want on this earth plane when we drop in. But it doesn't take away from the purpose of being here. And the intention of that video, although I used the word light worker, which is a very triggering word when you put it next to Trump. I get it. Listen, I had my own drop down what the hells, right? And again, you don't have to believe any of it. But a light worker, all a light worker is a consciousness, a higher consciousness, soul, spirit, whatever, that drops into the human form to be able to participate and shift the human collective. And sometimes people do that in ways that don't look like they're doing it. There's a million different ways that a light worker can be a light worker and may never look like a light worker. So again, a beautiful lesson for us that we seem to find ourselves in a box. If you're a light worker, this is what it means, right? Let's step out of the box. Let's let the box go. And again, you never need to listen to me again. You never need to follow me again. You don't have to believe anything I say. But what did you learn about yourself? What did we learn about the collective yesterday in the messages and in the comments? Is it possible? Is it possible just a little bit to love the person that argue with you? To admire them for having that much commitment to their truth? To respect their need to yell or dispute? Can we step into a different state of being when we are listening to things that we don't believe in? Can we be in higher states of consciousness? This is the practice, you guys. This is the practice. Because as it gets crazier out there, And as we are standing in the arena, this is what we are practicing. This is what we are learning how to do. And the only way we practice and learn is to see ourselves doing it and say, oh my God, look at how I was. Look at what I did. Look at what I said. Without judgment. There's no judgment in me. And I am saying that from the bottom of my heart. I deeply love every single human that responded however they responded, because it is the soup. It's the human soup, and it's what we are alchemizing. It's what we're alchemizing. So I'm holding you if you're upset with me. I love you. And this is not easy, and we're doing this together. We're doing this together. We don't have to part ways because we disagree. Let's do it differently. Let's do it differently. Let's hold each other with compassion and empathy and love, recognizing that we are all doing the best we can right now. And somebody's truth doesn't ever need to be your truth, and that is okay. That's okay. Why can't we have separate truths while we learn how to come together in a unified field? It's just a thought. I love you. I thank you for being here and for the courage to be here right now. Be gentle with yourselves.